I want to throw this out there really quickly because remember going back to say like 99, 2000, 2001 during like the internet apocalypse. Do you remember this, right? The internet was coming online. We were going through this .com bubble and bust where all of a sudden like, whoa, there's this thing called the internet. It's like the coolest thing ever, right? You can like find stuff on the internet. What is this internet thing, right? Do you remember all this? That was not that many years ago. It was a super interesting time. It was a very revolutionary time in our lives where the internet, for the very first time, was coming on. People were discovering it and feeling like, this is amazing. Well, a lot of people are suggesting that this time that we're going through right now, this AI apocalypse, again, artificial intelligence, is even more transformative than what we went through about 26, 27 years ago with the come up of the internet. Super interesting stuff. Anyway, let's pop this article up here now. Feel free to read the details on this, but this came out of an interview with a top economist who has the nickname Dr. Doom. So I don't know if we want that nickname, but anyway, that's what this guy is nicknamed as. But he was out in a Bloomberg TV interview, Dr. Doom. That's not his real name, by the way, but that's his nickname. But anyway, he was out there suggesting that basically we're headed toward the trajectory of universal basic income, guaranteed basic income, something along the lines of basically organized socialism, where essentially everybody will be getting some type of ongoing monthly government payment. And again, not just people that are, 62 and above on Social Security or whatever it happens to be, but no, everybody that would essentially be fulfilling the, basically the workforce would be banking on this and would be getting these types of payments. And for the reasons being, which is, they're predicting within the next 20, 25 years, and again, I know that seems like a long time from right now, but a lot of times they throw these predictions out and they typically they happen a lot faster than what they say. But they're saying within the next 20 to 25 years, there's a very high likelihood that a huge percentage of the American population will be replaced with exactly what I've been talking about for, the last several years, robots, technology, automation, sophisticated computers, all of these things like this that'll be taking over huge percentages of the jobs that are out there. And Americans will be sitting here thinking, what do I do now, right? The skill set, the knowledge, the training that I have is obsolete. A robot is doing it now 24/7, 365, whereas no more humans are needed for all of this. Well, they're suggesting along with this transformation, there's a very high likelihood that we also transition into these ongoing monthly government payments that'll likely be very high. Again, in the amount of multiple thousands of dollars, essentially giving Americans that money that they would have been earning during a job, that their job is obsolete, so they'll need something to live on, and that is where these ideas and these concepts are coming in. Now, this is also interesting because not that many days ago, I had a separate video out where I was sharing some information that Elon Musk has also said about this, and he's been very clear and transparent about this for many years, where Elon has come out, and again, love him or hate him, doesn't matter. I'm just saying, obviously he knows some things that we don't. I'm just being 100% fair with you. I mean, the guy is like borderline. I mean, he's a genius. Let's just say that much, okay? And again, I'm not saying you should like him. I'm just saying, you got to recognize what it is, okay? He obviously knows some things that the majority of the population doesn't, which makes him, where he is kind of in the social ladder of things, right? Like literally at the very, very top of the social pyramid. But my point being is that he's also been saying this for many years, is that it's going to be so efficient with robotics and technology and automation that literally work will be a choice. Nobody will need to work. Robots will do everything for us. Okay, so then now what do we do with ourselves, right? Because a huge percentage of what people do in life is like, gotta go work to provide value, to like get fulfillment in life and make some money to pay all the bills and stuff like that, right? So the big question is going to be is like, what are people going to do with themselves? Well, number one is they need something to survive on, which is some kind of income, some kind of funding to pay the bills, to put food on the table, to keep the house heated in the winter, cooled in the summer. Again, the lights on, the water flowing, things like that. And he's been suggesting for years, which is it's likely going to turn into a universal high income situation, which is what he likes to call it, which is literally just a universal basic income or a guaranteed basic income program. But he's suggesting it's not going to be like a little bit of money. It's going to be multiple thousands of dollars, like a big amount of money that people can live on, because it needs to replace someone's working income at that point, which as of right now, and again, depending on which resources you look at, is typically anywhere between about 70 and 80 grand a year, which is about, what is that, $6,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month is what that would come out to be, roughly, right? So anyway, I find these interviews and things like this to be very, very fascinating because we can see, just think of this. How many years has it been since, for example, ChatGPT was introduced? What is that? 3 years ago now? Something like that? 3.5 years ago? Something? It was not that long ago. Maybe it was 4 years now. I don't remember exactly, but it was not that many years ago. Look how many things have transformed since then. Here's the deal. I'm going to say this. I guarantee you, a ton of you in this community that watch these videos have been watching AI channels and videos here on YouTube talking about Social Security and things like that, and you think it's a real person. I guarantee it, okay? Here's why. Sometimes I see these AI videos and AI channels and I look through them, I read through the comments and I see familiar names and I'm like, you think this is a person? It's not a person. I mean, obviously I'm a real person right here. The vast majority of these videos and channels that you're watching are not even real people. They're literally AI. And I read the comments and I'm like, oh my gosh, you think it's a person. This is so AI. But my point being is that that's how real it is getting. And it's, it's like very realistic. And right now, literally right now, the AI that we are seeing out there is the worst it'll ever be. It's literally improving exponentially and it's improving daily. It's only going to get better from here. It's highly sophisticated already. It's going to be nuts how realistic and lifelike this is. Again, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, you literally won't be able to tell. You practically can't tell already. I mean, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell. But I mean, it's like so realistic. It's nuts already. So anyway, just want to share this with you really quickly. I find this stuff to be super fascinating. Now, in this article as well, he also indicated that raising the full retirement age on Social Security literally won't matter because, basically a huge percentage of our workforce that's paying in through Social Security payroll taxes will no longer be there. It's going to be obsolete. Therefore, they're going to be losing a huge percentage of their income, as in Social Security is going to have the largest source of their income that they need to pay out to beneficiaries gone because people are not working, and that means no more paying in through payroll taxes, which they bring in, I don't know, $1.4 trillion a year through payroll taxes. It's nuts. That's where they get the bulk of their income from. And if they lose that big source of income, where will they get the money to pay to beneficiaries? Good question. Anyway, hope this helps you as always. Otherwise, I want to point out super fast, if you like free stuff and have other people doing work for you, especially when it comes to Medicare, so you don't mess something up and see yourself getting huge medical bills on mistake or having a lifelong Medicare penalty, make sure to contact who? Chapter Medicare, right there. Chapter Medicare, contact them. I partnered with them about 1.5 years ago.